Hi, this is Frode and welcome to Actualized Notes TV. Today we have another great book, Napoleon Hill's Keys to Success. Subtitle, The 17 Principles of Personal Achievement. It's a quick reading, inspiring read that will teach you a lot about yourself and how you can achieve more in your life. It is written by Napoleon Hill, who was born into poverty in 1883 before he became a successful attorney and journalist. He was an advisor of Andrew Carnegie and Franklin Roosevelt, and with the help of Andrew Carnegie, he formulated a success formula based on the thoughts and experiences of rags to riches tycoons, several of them. If you're into success, you'll love this book. Now let's get a preview of the 5 big ideas. First one, definite major purpose. If we want to arrive somewhere, we need to know where we want to go. Flow of ideas. If we want to get to where we want to go, we need to keep a constant flow of ideas that will help us get there. The extra mile formula. There is a formula for how you can go the extra mile to get more compensation. And we'll go into that in the 3rd big idea. Do your very best. We need to always strive to do our very best work. It is not behind us, it is always ahead of us. Seeds of opportunity. Every single mistake is really a seed of opportunity and not a failure. Now let's go into the 1st big idea, which is definite major purpose. Napoleon talks about how the starting point of success begins with a definite major purpose, and the lack of this definite major purpose is 98 of 100 people's stumbling blocks that doesn't let them achieve success because they don't know what they want or where they are going. They haven't formulated their goals. And the personal and professional development trainer Brian Johnson says that about 10% of people write down their goals. And these people achieve 5 to 10 times more than people who don't achieve their goals, simply because they know what they want. And the key here is that your goals will continue to mature and change. As Grant Cardone says in Be Obsessed or Be Average, the goals you write down today will not be the same goals you write down in 1 or 10 years. My goals are to write 150 of these actualized notes. There are 6-page PDFs where I write about these ideas, and they are also prepping me for these videos. And so 150 of those notes, 150 of these videos, and 450 mini classes. That's my goal for this year. What are yours? What is your definite major purpose for this year? The next big idea is flow of ideas. We need to constantly keep a flow of ideas that can help us achieve our definite major purpose. In other words, our goals. And this is important. And Jim Rohn talks about the same idea in My Philosophy for a Successful Living, where he says, one good idea can transform your whole future, ranging from your health to your finances to your relationships. And that's because the ideas can tend to have resonating effects. If you buy a book for $9.95, for example, you might earn $1 million by using the ideas in that book. And there's a famous proverb that says, if you would plant for days, plant flowers. If you would plant for years, plant trees. If you would plant for eternity, plant ideas. So ideas are really helpful if you want to achieve your definite major purpose. And where do you get the ideas? Well, that's from informational books, audio programs, seminars, and videos like these that I put out. And of course, when you get the ideas, you have to act on them. An idea is worth nothing if you don't act on it. The next big idea is the extra mile formula. There's actually a formula for going the extra mile to achieve more and have more. And it goes like this. Q1 is the quality plus Q2 is the quantity of service rendered. The quality and the quantity of service rendered plus the mental attitude in which you give it equals your compensation. And compensation can be anything from money, joy, spiritual enlightenment, or anything else that you get from going the extra mile. So if you want more compensation, you need to go the extra mile by giving more quality, quantity, and giving your service with a good mental attitude. And a more concrete idea to go the extra mile is idea number 4. Do your very best. This means that you constantly strengthen your ability to do your work and to do it well. It means that you don't give any half-hearted attempts when you sit down to do your work. You don't just kind of sort of show up and go through the motions. No, you give it all that you have. As Napoleon says, always stay focused on doing your best possible work. And Ralph Waldo Emerson echoes this wisdom by saying, whatever you do and think, do it with all of your might. And he's also got a great quote about enthusiasm, one of my favorites that I'm going to share with you now. Enthusiasm is one of the most powerful engines of success. When you do and think, do it with all of your might. Put your whole soul into it. Stamp it to your own personality. Be active, be energetic, be enthusiastic and faithful, and you will accomplish your object. Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. And I screwed up that quote a little bit, but you get the idea. Oh, anyway, Stephen Covey echoes the same wisdom in his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, where he says, live life in crescendo, which means that the best work you will ever do is always ahead of you. It is never behind you. So, how are you doing on this? Are you focused on doing your best possible work the next time you do it? Or are you looking in the rearview mirror at all the work you have done before and think that your best is already done? Let's put all of our might into what we do. The last big idea is seeds of opportunity. If any one of us wants to achieve success, we need to face the reality that we need to face a lot of mistakes and adversity. For example, Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times before he managed to create a light bulb that would last for a long while. And a guy named Jonas Salk tried numerous attempts before he cultivated the polio virus for a vaccine, before he found out that monkey brain tissue did the job. So anyway, have you been making any mistakes lately? What Napoleon says is that we want to look at them as seeds of opportunity. In Think and Grow Rich, he says, every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. So, made any mistakes lately? How can you see them in another way and learn from your mistakes so they might help you achieve your goals? For example, one mistake I made a few years ago was that I was going to sell my PlayStation 4 and for about $600. And suddenly I got an email from a person from Nigeria. He wanted to give his fiancée a PlayStation 4. So I was going to get paid $600. But long story short, I sent an PlayStation 4 plus 2 controllers and a few games and $400 to Nigeria, when I was supposed to get $600 for sending the PlayStation. How I did that is a whole different story. But what I learned from this is don't trust strangers that suddenly email you about something that you're selling. So that's what seeds of opportunity. We want to see our mistakes as seeds of opportunity that we can learn from and use to achieve our goals. Do your very best. Whatever you do and think, do it with all of your might. Constantly strive to do your best possible work. Your next one is your best one. The extra mile formula, the quality of service rendered plus the quantity of service rendered plus your mental attitude in which you render it equals your compensation. Money, joy, spiritual enlightenment, or whatever else you want. Flow of ideas. We want to keep a constant flow of ideas that can help us achieve our goals. Definite major purpose. People who have goals achieve 5 to 10 times as much as those who don't have goals, simply because they know what they want, so they can go in a straight line to get it. What is yours? Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Keep applying your wisdom. And what was the other one? Yeah, constantly live with Arte and cultivate your grit. This is Frode signing out. Have an awesome day. See ya.